This is Kate Baconsale. You're listening to Baconsale.
You guys, I know that we normally wait till the end of the episode to share our most anticipated movies, but I just can't wait.
Oh, no.
I am so excited to see the Man of Steel sequel starring Henry Cavill, Justice League Part 2, Wonder Woman 3, Green Lantern Corps, and Ben Affleck's Batman. It's going to be a great summer for the DC Extended Universe, guys.
Joel.
We're all excited, right? We're all excited, right?
Did you call him the Green Lantern Quorum?
Corpse. Corp.
Yeah, everything is a corpse from what you're saying.
Yeah. But
thanks, Joel.
You're welcome. And thank you, DC Extended Universe, for holding strong and continuing forward on the path that Kent wanted you to.
Yeah.
But welcome to Baconsale. I'm Joel.
I'm Kent.
And I'm Zach.
We'd like to thank you for listening to our last show, our airplane etiquette show, which, by the way, bonus points if you listen to it on an airplane.
We had a few people do that, actually.
Yeah. Bonus points.
I cannot believe the outpouring of support and agreement that we received from this episode.
It was kind of divisive, though, at the same time.
It was actually pretty divisive.
Yeah.
Support and agreement for Kent.
We got slammed a little bit for Joel and I being right about reclining.
Yep.
And saying,
Did most people agree with me or you guys?
Most people agreed with you.
If Kent can't read the comments, he doesn't get to know what's in them.
No, if there was...
You don't read them, you don't know.
I read a positive one on Instagram.
Taylor Sanderson said, I'm with Kenny 3DD on the seat reclining thing. It may only recline an inch, but when my legs already touch the seat, every inch is valuable.
Yeah, but
hashtag be kind,
but
don't
he
recline.
came in second place at our anniversary show, so you know.
No, it was comments about
Thanks, Taylor.
Essentially, don't ever take off your shoes. And then some people were said, no, it's fine. Sometimes if you're clean.
No, shoes on and off and seats back.
Seats back. Those are the two hot buttons.
Wow, people got angry about those.
Yeah, I think we had some disagreement.
We did.
And I don't have the comment in front of me, but I know Glow Clendaniel mentioned that we didn't really talk about boarding as much.
That's true.
Well, yeah, well,
Skimmed right over it.
Gate lice.
Yeah, gate lice. This
People
is
that
a new
hover
term.
around the gate and don't let people like get in their lines or get in there.
Yes.
Right.
Well, so
that's bad.
We didn't talk a ton about that. We kind of glossed over it, but gate lice was a term that I learned today, this past week. Then just want to have this is a formal thing. Let's get a little serious here for a second.
Oh, take a
we
moment.
received a notice. When by we, I mean Kent. From R to the Mike on Twitter.
Okay.
Who said, earlier this month, we reopened your application to attend Hilton Day.
We did.
Mr. Dunn. Unfortunately, it was brought to our attention that you are an airplane anti-recliner. Due to this, we are unable to accept your request at this time. We look forward to your future submission.
So sad. So sad.
So
Next time. Maybe next year. We'll see.
Just because Mike has letters after his name with his job doesn't mean he can write such an official letter. I'm reaching out to Spencer.
No, it was funny because he said to me, he went, wait, hold on, I think I'll find the text here. He just said, is Kent really an anti-recliner? And I said, well, he's anti most things.
I'm tall. We established this.
and good looking.
Oh, thank you. I'm like, Zach, keep going. I actually love that. I was editing. I listened to it like 4 times.
I don't know if you know this, but you're tall.
What does that
You don't
have to do
know?
with anything?
You don't know?
That's
You're tall.
his new ringtone. By the way, I do also want to read some of the reviews we have.
We get reviews?
Yes, not about this last show in general, but just in general.
Yeah, we haven't
for
done
our
this in a
podcast.
while.
Yeah, we haven't done this in a while. We thought we'd give some love to those who've supported us through reviews.
Yeah.
So, for example, this one comes from Mono Duda.
Love it.
And it says, Baconsale Pops, a must listen for me. These three are the best trio since LeBron took his talents to South Beach. That's a sports reference, Joel. I don't understand it, but I appreciate it.
He played for Miami.
But what does that do with the trio?
I don't even know.
We'll figure it out later.
I wasn't listening.
I have a review from Gwen Stacy's BFF, and the title is #Team Kent.
Yeah. I wonder why you're reading this one.
5 stars. It says, I look forward to Mondays because of these boys. Some of the best episodes are, in no particular order, Any Versus Show, When a Man Loves Some Love Songs 1 and 2, The Best Tunes on Television, All the Decade Dances, wow.
We should do a decade dance
Reaching
again.
back, and Celebrity Mix-Up Matchup, just to name a few.
I love that review. Also, I'm not in any of those episodes.
No, you're in
Sad.
a Love Songs episode.
Oh, I'm in one of them. Okay, I'm
Okay.
in one of those episodes. Sorry.
And then I have one more I want to read. This is from K1IIZBOS5. Not a bot, I don't think. The title is A Plus Podcast. This podcast is always entertaining to listen to. These three gentlemen play... Gentlemen? Ooh.
Wow.
Well,
We got trio, boys, and
fancy. Let me
gentlemen.
put
All
my
right.
monocle on. These three gentlemen play off each other very well and balance each other out. Their brackets are the best, and I always laugh while listening. Please give the show a listen. You will not regret it.
Love it.
Thank you, K1IIZBOS5. We appreciate you.
And thank you to everyone who's leaving reviews. We really appreciate them. And just a request from me, if you would like to leave a review, we would love to see that. And I also request, if you do decide to leave a review, can you make it about the show and not anything outside of the show? Thank you.
Sounds good.
That's not what we're talking about today. What are we talking about today, Zach?
Coming this summer, some movies, maybe.
Probably.
We'll see.
We're talking about summer movies.
They're not delayed anymore. It's fine.
Does it not feel kind of nice that we don't have to worry of if they're going to come out?
Yeah. We used to make predictions on this show the previous 2 years, like 80% chance this movie comes out.
Yeah. We essentially did the same show 2 years in a row.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, but then we get, Henry Cavill being announced as Superman, and we're like, booyah, this is going to happen this year.
Dwayne Johnson.
Really? You going to dig down again?
A little bit.
Oh.
But no, we do this every year. It's kind of a traditional show that we do where we like to look at the movies for the upcoming center.
Yeah.
Meaning from May to August.
Right.
That's what we're counting here. Mm-hmm. And we talk about the movies we want to bomb, 5 of them. And then we talk about the movies we want to succeed, and that's another 5.
Yeah, a little bit of negativity and positivity in there.
That's Baconsale.
Yeah.
Ba-dum-bum.
So, should we get started?
Let's get started.
All right. Let's go. Which one of you jokers are starting first?
I'll go first.
Okay, Kent, what is your number 5? So this is we're going negative first. You want to bomb.
The ones you want to bomb / avoid.
Yeah, so not the one you want to bomb the most. The one you want to bomb the 5th most.
So he still wanted to bomb a little bit?
What's your 4th favorite reptile?
Oh, yeah. That's it. So my number 5 is Indiana Jones 5.
And the Dial.
And the Dial of Destiny.
You don't have like the slightest little whimsical of maybe it will be good in your heart?
No, so after I get through the synopsis.
I think I just shut that down. No whimsy, dead.
Just dead. So I'll go through the synopsis and I'll give you my reasons because this might have been higher and now it's just number 5. This does come out June 30th and this is set in 1969 amid the space race. The American effort to beat the Russians to the moon brings with it some uncomfortable truths for Indy. From the trailer, I'm not getting that whatsoever.
You're not getting Space Race?
Not getting Space Race, although it makes sense given what they did with the previous Indiana Jones movie and kind of developing it through time. But they're basically bringing it back to Nazis as villains again.
Well, that's their bread and butter.
Yeah. I mean, that's really where it works.
Except for it was kind of that in Crystal Skull. But
No, well, it was Russians playing Nazis.
It's almost starting to feel like Indiana Jones, Forrest Gump. He's just
like
around,
he was there during big times.
Yeah, around for big events.
Yeah. In the fridge when they were testing the nukes. It's fine. We defended the show. So there are reasons this movie will be good. It's directed by James Mangold.
I feel it will be a well-made movie.
Because he's directed one of the best dad movies of all time in Ford v. Ferrari.
Logan?
And then Logan, which is fantastic. And this is a Disney movie under Kathleen Kennedy, and that's a negative. It does star Harrison Ford, and this is, he said, his final time in the role. And then also Phoebe Waller-Bridge from Fleabag. And so that's a positive, and then once again a negative. And that's kind of where I am on this. This is 2 hours, 22 minutes.
You don't like Fleabag?
I've only seen an episode, and I like it, but it doesn't belong... That kind of comedy doesn't belong in Indiana Jones.
Okay, I see.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge, when I saw that she was attached to this, I kind of went,
it's a weird choice.
So, and then once again, this will be some positive, some negative, because maybe 3 months ago, there were rumors, but pretty good rumors that the end of this movie would have really kind of made the fan base quite upset.
Would have?
Would have. And this would have been seen as easily the worst Indiana Jones movie, worse than Crystal Skull, because of what they were doing with the franchise. And after they heard that, they did significant reshoots and they re-edited the movie from what I saw and what the runtime shows. And I think they cut out Phoebe Waller-Bridge like 50% of her role.
Interesting.
Wow. Yeah. And there was meant to be...
Did they add in Tig Notaro?
Yeah. that's a deep cut right there. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, I think the ending we would have got was going to be bad until there was an uproar. And I think we're going to get a pretty okay movie.
Honestly, I feel like this movie should just end... riding off into the sunset, like the third one did, and then be done.
Yes.
But we'll see.
I'd agree.
And I do think the franchise is at its best when they deal with the religious artifacts. Granted, that's only been 2 of the 4. And arguably, those are the best movies.
Do you know...
But you're not counting Temple of Doom as religious artifacts just because it's not Christian religious artifacts, Kent?
Is George Lucas attached to this project?
He is not.
Because I feel...
And Steven Spielberg is not directing.
Ultimately,
producing.
That is where the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull fell short. It really felt like Spielberg was like, George keeps bugging me to make this movie, so we're going to go for it. It's his story. It's dumb, but I'm going to do the best I can with it. And so it's like not a Spielberg-y movie.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if that will serve this well, is the lack of George Lucas.
Maybe. Spielberg did say he saw this movie and he's like, wow, I couldn't have done it better myself. Granted, that's
the last one was really bad.
That's what James Cameron says about every Terminator remake that comes out.
Yeah.
And like how they turn out. That said, maybe this will be like really good closure for all of us since 4 happened.
So you're thinking of it better than Crystal Skull?
But no, I think it'll be diminishing returns. Truly, deep inside, why do we need this movie? We just don't.
All right. Joel, you're number 5.
When hinges creak in doorless chambers and strange and frightening sounds echo through the halls, we get another Haunted Mansion movie? So Haunted Mansion comes out July 28th, directed by Justin Simeon, who directed Dear White People.
Oh.
And stars Lakeith Stanfield, Tiffany Haddish, Owen Wilson, Danny DeVito, Rosario Dawson, Jamie Lee Curtis, Jared Leto.
Yeah.
It's kind of a grab bag of people here.
Haunted Mansion, wow.
Here's the plot summary. A single mom named Gabby, because that's important, IMDb, to put the name in there. A single mom named Gabby hires a tour guide, a psychic, a priest, and a historian to help exorcise their newly bought mansion after discovering it's inhabited by ghosts.
Joel, I want you to rewrite every IMDb
I could.
synopsis that you don't like.
Oh, I should. Look, they tried this 20 years ago.
Yes,
it was
Eddie
20
Murphy?
years ago.
Isn't
Yes.
it crazy? It was that long ago.
And it didn't work. Maybe this movie's just cursed. Why not do another ride? We still have Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. That can make a good movie.
Wildest Ride in the
The
Wilderness.
Enchanted Tiki Room. It's a
I'd watch
Small
that.
World. Matterhorn bobsleds.
Oh, I would watch that
With
for sure.
Abominable Storm chasing people around. And Space Mountain. These are all untapped movie
Space Mountain does
opportunities.
need a theme, right?
Yeah. But instead they're going to be like, oh, let's go to Haunted Mansion again.
This one does look more true to the ride than the one from 20 years ago, though.
Bizarre movie.
Does
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I think they're pulling in more aspects of the ride. And I think Rosario Dawson is likable.
She is.
Like a ton of charisma. I am excited to watch it for her. Everyone else, it will just have
You're
way
excited to watch her.
Yeah, that's just it. It looks like it will have just far too much comedy for what I want. I want it to be scary enough for kids. You know, like the perfect mix.
Yeah.
Like
but the problem
scary-
is
I just want it to
scary
be the
enough for
perfect movie.
Yeah, no big
I
deal.
just think they're going back to the well too soon for something that didn't really work.
Yeah.
And I think there's other ways they could have gone. So
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not really big into this one. That's why it's number 5. But if it does okay, hey, I'll be happy with that. I actually don't dislike the Haunted Mansion 2003.
I don't know why it's thought of so negatively. Like it's
Yeah,
not
well,
it's not a great movie
Because it's
Listen,
comparison.
It's post Pirates.
because people are expecting Pirates of the Caribbean is way better than it
Yeah.
ever deserved to be.
Absolutely.
And so just because the Haunted Mansion is a fine enough family movie, that's why people hate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if it would have come out on its own, it probably would have been another Halloween favorite that you'd see on Disney every October. But
Autopia. I would see that movie. Oh, that's Cars.
yeah, except they could put animals in the cars and call it Zootopia.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, hey Joel, what's your number 4?
My number 4, guys, if you know 3 things that I love in movies, it's talking animals, excessive profanity, and substituting real jokes for shock humor.
Oh no.
That's why
now
I'm choosing-
quoted forever, by the way.
That's why I'm choosing Strays. Now, Strays comes out June 9th. It's directed by Josh Greenbaum, who did Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar. Never saw it.
By the way, that's actually a really funny movie.
Is
For
it?
about 20 minutes, and it's just beating a dead horse after that.
I was tempted
No,
to
seriously,
actually watch
there's
it.
some real, like, sincere humor there.
I like Kristen Wiig.
but it's like a sketch stretched out to a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this movie, Strays, stars Will Ferrell, Jamie Foxx, Will Forte, Isla Fisher, Randall Park, Josh Gad, Rob Riggle, and Sofia Vergara. It's this cast. They're kind of being like, oh, yeah, these people are all funny. Let's throw them together.
Let's
I watched the
let's make
trailer.
him swear a lot.
Yeah, okay. Plot summary. An abandoned dog teams up with other strays to get revenge on his former owner. So I start watching this trailer, and it's literally like live action talking animals, little mouth CGI.
It's like, oh, this is Homeward Bound.
Yeah, well, except for Homeward Bound, they kind of telepathically communicate to each other.
Sure.
This is more like,
Babe, rated R.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it is the trailer. I had to stop it.
Oh, did you watch Green Band or Red Band?
I watched whatever's on IMDb, and it
Because
didn't say
there
one
is
way
a
or the
Red
other.
Band out
I
there.
watched the Red Band trailer.
I think it's only Red Band.
Yeah.
But it is just like, it's filthy. And it's
It
not
is.
just the fact that they're saying the F word, every other word.
Right.
But also just the jokes. I was like, this is like, it looked like a movie for kids, but they've really just crassed it up. And the whole time I was watching it, I was like, who are you going for here? Because it's not clever humor.
No.
They're literally using shock humor just to get a reaction. If you can't come up with a good joke, you just say something shocking and shock the audience into laughter. That's lazy writing. This movie looks terrible. I hope it bombs.
I was kind of hoping Will Ferrell was beyond all of this. Right?
Yeah.
Acting like the naive character that is actually quite dirty. Yeah, the man-child character.
Yeah.
We don't need to see this anymore.
No. And I just don't understand why they made this movie. So yeah. Strays, I'm going to be avoiding, and I hope it bombs.
Kent, what is your number 4?
I'm sticking with the crass comedies with no hard feelings. This comes out June 23rd. The synopsis is a delivery driver desperate for cash accepts a Craigslist ad from a couple seeking someone to date their painfully awkward teenage son.
Oh,
It
it's not
stars
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence, we haven't seen really in a while in any movies outside of like X-Men movies.
The Mother thing?
Mother was like 2016.
Was she in that?
2017. Mother!
Yeah.
She was in that one.
Okay.
Yeah, she hasn't really been in anything. And I think she's trying to come back with one of these early 2000s, similar to Strays, crass comedies that, and I'm okay with comedies coming out and even varying genres. But this one, it just seems like a desperate ploy by her to just be seen by as many people as possible. This is directed by a guy named Gene Stupinski. We'll just call him Stupinski,
Okay.
who directed Good Boys, which is similar to Strays. Remember, it's about those kids that are like 10.
That's why
they swear a lot?
Strays reminded me of Good
Yep.
Boys, the animal version.
And this guy also directed 6 episodes of The Office. So there's that. I do think J-Law needs a comeback. I don't think this is the way to do it.
So she was in Red Sparrow in 2018.
Okay.
And then she did Dark Phoenix, but then she was in Don't Look Up.
Yeah, Don't Look Up is probably the biggest, most
Yeah,
recent.
and then
thing.
Causeway, which I don't know anything about, but
Yeah.
Don't Look Up, and was
but
a big Netflix movie.
It was not very good.
No.
At all. Yeah, but I feel like, no hard feelings. I even forget the title. I think this one will be forgotten the weekend it's released. Summer is great to have comedies because they're date night movies, right? Mm-hmm. It's like much like scary movies. It's like, go see this, be with the crowd. I think the time has passed for...
Wait, what was the name of this movie?
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot already.
Yeah, there you go.
The funny thing, I don't know if, Jack, if you're noticing the same thing I'm noticing, is
Probably
that
not.
I sit there and I say, I hope this bombs. I hope it bombs. And Kent's like, this is going to bomb. No doubt in my mind. I have
bomb.
hope. Kent knows.
People will forget about this movie. It's going to bomb.
Kent, what is your number 3?
Joel's already mentioned it. It's Strays.
Oh, good.
Comes out June 9th.
I know it's your style of comedy, so I'm glad you put it on there.
Oh, I hate talking animal movies. It's probably one of my least favorite genres.
Except for Homeward Bound.
And Charlotte's Web.
Oh, yes.
And
I even
Babe.
like Babe. Yeah.
Yeah, but this just doesn't
Wait, which
fit there.
Charlotte's Web?
What?
The live action one or the animated one?
I'm okay with the live action one.
Okay.
I mean, obviously the cartoon is masterpiece.
Okay.
Didn't the director of Mad Max do Babe?
Yeah, Babe and Babe Pig in the City.
What?
I know, he's so... And Happy Feet 1 and 2. It doesn't make any sense, Zach.
It's great.
But this one is directed, I don't know if you brought this up, Joel, but his name is Josh Greenbaum, who he directed Arnold Pranks Fans as the Terminator
Yep.
and Clinton Foundation, Celebrity Division.
No, I just brought Barb.
Okay. And that's his big movie because otherwise he's done shorts or TV specials that sound atrocious. Thankfully, this movie is 1 hour, 33 minutes. I don't think it's 1 hour, 33 minutes that we'll be spending in the theater.
No.
I probably will go to the screening just so I can hate it, so I don't have to watch it for Kentmas. But yeah,
As long as
like
you
you
some
said,
serious repenting after.
yeah,
it should
truly.
be okay.
But truly, like you said, who is this made for?
No, it's awful.
Yeah,
Joel, what is your number 3?
My number 3 is Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. I'm going to give the plot summary real quick.
Why?
Unsatisfied with beating a dead horse, the filmmakers made the horse bionic so they could resurrect it and then beat it to death again. This is directed by Stephen Capel Jr., who directed Creed 2, and it stars Anthony Ramos, Dominique Fishback, Luna Lauren Velez, Toby Nigui. I'm not saying any of these names correctly. Peter Dinklage, Michelle Yeoh, Pete Davidson, Liza Koshy.
and those are all the voices of the robots.
Yes. Well, yes. There's going to be voice talents in there.
Yeah, the last 4 you read
Yeah,
were
those last ones were.
96,000 robots.
No one is asking for this movie. No
This
one
is a...
after Bumblebee went.
This is a sequel to Bumblebee.
Yeah,
Essentially.
Well,
it's the new spin-off version.
This
It's not
takes
directed by
place in the
Michael Bay.
90s.
because Bumblebee was in the 80s, and we had Haley Steinfeld, and honestly, one of the better Transformers movies. Where's the bar on that one? At the bottom, right?
Yeah.
But it was one of the better ones, but they didn't quite know how to follow up on that, and now we have a 90s movie.
I'm just saying, if Michael Bay is tired of telling a story, it's probably time to move on.
Right.
The only reason that you'll ever know that it's a 90s movie is because of the soundtrack that plays during the movie. That's
Yeah.
how that's like the cheat code. They did that in Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hey, look, a 90s band t-shirt and 90s music. Now it's in the 90s.
Yeah, you're right.
It takes place in the jungle. Who
Yeah.
cares what year it is?
There are people who are like maybe cult fans of Transformers that like Beast Wars, and this
Beast
doesn't
Wars.
incorporate a lot of the characters from Beast Wars. And I think
guess.
they maybe should have just stayed Beast Wars.
You mean like Optimus Primal?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's 2 Optimus Primes in this movie, and I don't know if it's like if that will be confusing or if people are just going to see explosions and that's it.
Yep. People are going to see explosions. They're going to go see this movie. They're excited for this movie. They're going to see explosions.
Yeah.
Big loud noises on screen.
Oh.
I just think it's ridiculous. Although, I mean, I'm excited to see. Now they're doing it. They did an 80s one. They did a 90s one. I cannot wait to see the 2007 version. It's going to be next time.
Where the Transformer is a Hummer with spinners.
It's going to be What I'd Done playing at the end.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Oh, Sam Witwicky, rest in peace.
What?
He's dead.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, also probably.
What?
Did you know they killed Sam Witwicky in the movie?
Oh, yeah, I think you mentioned that.
I'm still mad about it.
I didn't see the
Why?
last one.
Why? I don't know, but I am.
Yeah. They kind of did it off screen. I think you remember saying
Yeah,
it was kind of like, no reason other than we just decided to do it.
Yeah.
Joel, what's movie number 2?
I don't know how to pronounce this. It's Fastix. Fastix. Fast X. This is coming out very soon on May 19th. This is
This
the
feels mean.
10th version.
Where they've
naming
announced
version.
that they're gonna, end the franchise at a
Yeah.
nice even 11.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I read
Baker's
that.
11.
That actually shocked me when it said, "Oh, this its sequel is intended to be the main series final installment. It's in development right now." And I
Yeah.
went, "They're gonna end on 11."
It actually upsets me that they have planned to end this, and maybe they'll do spin-offs, because I haven't seen them go back in time and fight dinosaurs. Right? That's
Rise of the Beast spinoff.
I'm actually really upset because they went to space.
I did hear that.
Yeah, a few times. But so why don't they up the ante? Because this one doesn't look like they're
No
going.
kid, they
anything
did up
crazy.
the ante. Didn't you see?
What?
Roman numerals. Never been done in a title before. Can I run through these real quick?
Please
Fast
do.
and the Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, The Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious, Fast 5, Fast and Furious 6, Furious 7, The Fate of the Furious, F9, and Fast X. Who is naming these? Burger King executives?
You for the joke, right? The joke of this movie is the title they should have used, which is Fast 10, Your Seatbelts. Think about that title.
That would have made it so it's not on my
That's great.
worst anticipated list.
Yeah, you would have loved that.
Oh, I didn't read the plot summary.
Oh,
My
yeah.
mistake. Here we go.
Because we need that.
Firmly.
The more extended a family gets, the more uncomfortable it gets for everyone.
That is not the synopsis.
That's a
what I got.
tagline.
Okay.
That's my thing.
So this time around, we have Jason Momoa is the villain.
Yeah, you got Jason Momoa, but you also have Rita Moreno
Okay.
and Brie Larson and Charlize Theron and Harold Martin and Scott Eastwood and Jason's there's John Cena, Jordana Brewster. Like they got the whole gang back.
Rita Moreno from West Side Story.
That's the one.
both of them.
Family.
Yes, she's family now.
It's so weird what they do. And
I didn't watch Fast 9. I stopped.
will
today.
you ever watch it?
Maybe.
That's John Cena.
I don't know if John Cena. That's close to a dead joke.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah. No, but I watched all the franchise up to 8, I think, because we were doing the review. And then I went, no, I'm really not enjoying this franchise.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch F9, even though they went to space.
Yeah,
And-
I'm not saying that is a good thing.
And then this one, was there magnets in this one? Was that this one? Or is that the last one? Where they're
That was the last one.
Ah, dang it. What's this one?
I don't know, but Jason Momoa's in it.
I did see that.
That's all I know about this movie.
Yeah.
I'm even looking for like the big action set pieces because that's usually what they sell in the trailer. And they did have a recent trailer come out, but I haven't seen anything that has like grabbed me
No.
here.
Nor will you. This comes out May 19th, and already I'm bored.
It seems like Vin Diesel is the new Steven Seagal,
Yeah.
where it's just like he's held together with duct tape and they're just putting him out there.
But staying power. Steven Seagal had like 2 good years,
yeah,
right?
Did he?
Yeah, Under Siege.
and that's about it.
Oh,
In the
by the way.
promotion tour of Under Siege.
Yeah. By the way, this is directed by Louis Leterrier,
Yeah.
as I pronounce his name, who directed Clash of the Titans, Now You See Me, and The Incredible Hulk.
So a big problem with this one is
I actually kind of like all 3 of those movies.
no, yeah,
Incredible Hulk, I'm okay with. Clash of the Titans, Now You See Me.
I didn't hate it.
neither. Well, actually, one of the better trailers out there.
Clash of the Titans?
Yeah, it's so weird.
Wait, did you just review a movie based on its trailer?
Yeah, I did.
It's such a good trailer.
It is such a good trailer.
The movie's fine. The trailer
Save it for a trailer episode.
we really should.
We might. But this movie, you talk about it maybe wanting to bomb. It may actually bomb because they lost their director probably a third of the way through, and they reshot a whole bunch of stuff. Apparently, Vin Diesel's really difficult to work with. It's all rumored. What? Yeah, right. But this movie has cost them. They're not really reporting, but probably closer to $300 million.
Wow.
So it's going to take a lot to make their money. That said, will they?
Expensive family party.
Yeah, exactly. They will probably make their money, but maybe just barely.
Not here and domestically.
Is it beginning lower and lower every time?
I believe it.
Kind of like Transformers.
Yeah, Transformers. Like Bumblebee was not a big. I mean, it was a box office winner, but not as big as the other ones.
Right.
Bumblebee tuna.
Wrong episode, Zach.
Kent, what is your number 2?
Look at this stuff.
Oh.
Your
Isn't
number
it
2?
neat? That's my number 2. Because it's your...
Because it's Joel's number 1?
Save it. So this one comes out May 26th, so pretty soon. A young mermaid makes a deal with the sea witch to trade her beautiful voice for human legs so she can discover the world above water. And it says impressive prince, but look, we don't really want to get into that. It's not for boys. It's not for love. It's all just for independence and realizing who you truly are and where you belong. Wait, did you just see the characters of Scuttle and Flounder?
Oh
and
my gosh,
Sebastian?
those CGI characters look so bad.
They look so bad.
It really looks like DreamWorks got a hold of this and went, let's make them ugly.
It just, Disney doesn't understand that in live action, that there is no life in these animals' eyes.
It's like you told an AI generator to make Shark Tale.
Yes. Yeah, and that's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah.
And there's obvious controversies, which we don't even need to mention. But there's stuff why this movie shouldn't be made because much like any Disney live action movie, it might make a lot of money.
It's going to make a lot of money.
That's why they keep doing
you
these
look
live actions, because people keep going to them.
But it's crazy because when someone references The Lion King, they're referencing the 1994 Lion King. They're
Yes.
not thinking about the 2018 movie.
already been forgotten.
Even though it's one of the highest grossing movies, the live action one is, which
It's
is
insane.
disgusting.
And this movie, they're taking a 1 hour and 23-minute movie and making it 2 hours and 15 minutes.
2 hours and 15 minutes.
For your children. Think about that.
If Melissa McCarthy gets stabbed with a boat, I'm in.
Honestly. And if she screams like in Jaws 4, Jaws the Revenge.
Yeah.
Do you remember that when Jaws screams in Jaws with the
I remember
Revenge?
Jaws screaming.
Yeah. He growls. He's like,
I remember growling. But why is he Colossus from the X-Men video game?
nicely done. You got that.
Oh yeah, I played that all the time. in the arcades.
I feel like Joel's going to talk more about it, so I'm going to save all my other notes. So I'm going to leave that there. But Little Mermaid is my number 2.
Kent, before you reveal your number 1, do you have any honorable mentions?
Really quick, Transformers Rise of the Beasts.
Nice.
A book club, the next chapter.
There's another book club?
Yeah. It's the next chapter.
I mean, that at least makes sense.
Elemental. It's
The
Pixar.
Pixar movie?
It's Pixar just being Pixar.
But Kent, it's about someone who doesn't belong, who finds someone else who doesn't belong, and they try to belong with each other, but they're not allowed in each other's worlds.
What if fire had feelings?
What if water fell in love with fire?
Are they just going to be gas at the end of the movie? They are, right?
They are.
I might be gassy.
Spoilers, vapor.
Yeah, exactly. And Flamin' Hot.
Oh, the Cheetos story?
Yeah.
Why do you want it to bomb?
Because it's fake.
It is.
This movie is entirely fake.
Allegedly fake. I don't think anything's been proven.
No, it was
right?
allegedly true, which then was turned to be.
We're going to get sued.
Oh, yeah. Allegedly fake movie. Anyways.
Allegedly fake story.
Yeah.
About the... Yeah. Movie about the allegedly fake story.
Okay, with that, Kent, what is your number 1 movie that you want to bomb this summer?
Flash.
That was not music. I don't know what that was.
That was about as good as the movie's going to be.
June 16th is when this movie comes out, and the synopsis is Barry Allen uses his super speed to change the past, but his attempt to save his family creates a world without superheroes, forcing him to race for his life in order to save the future and create James Gunn's DC universe.
He has to run faster than he's ever run before.
Run,
Kent.
Barry, run.
Run fast enough to get Henry Cavill out of this franchise.
Yeah. So here's the thing. CinemaCon just happened, and they showed the entire movie, and DC and Warner Brothers were so proud of this movie that they have been hyping, well, beyond all of Ezra Miller's alleged charges. We have to say alleged, right?
Alleged charges. Alleged
Okay.
creepy charges.
Yes. The past 2.5 years of Ezra Miller being Ezra Miller.
Do you remember, like, what? Name a good movie. I don't know. What's like a good movie that's come out recently?
Recently?
Yeah, sure.
Top Gun Maverick?
Top Gun
Sure.
Maverick. I mean, that might be a bad example, but oftentimes when there are good movies, you don't hear the studio executives going, "Guys, this movie is so good. This movie's like awesome.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
this movie's great."
Yeah.
That's what's happening with James Gunn. He's on Twitter all the time saying, I'm blown away by this movie. It's so good.
And everyone is now joining forces. Yeah, so they did screen this one recently for critics, and it is one of these things where everyone is saying, believe the hype, guys. This movie is tremendous, and it's the best DC film since The Dark Knight. In fact, it's one of the best superhero movies of the past 30 years.
That seems maybe a bit
Hyperbolic?
Pompous?
Yeah.
So it is the early access media. I know this because I've gone to Sundance, and I've praised movies because I've got Sundance goggles. And I go, you know what? This is probably an A- because I saw it before anyone else. That's what's happening with The Flash. This will be a good movie. This will make money, but I think it will be messy. You can see it basically like it has gone through 10 years of development, several directors. Ezra Miller, there's 2 of them. There's one reason people are going to see this movie, and it's Michael Keaton. And Michael Keaton
Batman.
memeing on himself.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
And anything I've seen from the trailer, and I think the trailer really does this movie injustice. Huh? See what I did there?
That's a video game.
Because
that's a video game he's in.
Because anytime they show the action scenes during the day, Michael Keaton looks horrible. And you can tell that it's just CG. That said, I do think he'll be the best part of this movie. I think it will bring everything back around. And this is meant to celebrate everything DC. And I'm saying from the beginning. And so you're going to see love letters a la Spider-Man No Way Home, but with more decades involved.
So you're saying that we're not going to see him further his Batman career in Batgirl?
This is it.
Oh.
Yeah, right. This is 2 hours, 30 minutes. Obviously, I have bias in this because what they're doing is now saying this is the end of the Snyderverse. Haha, there you go. Yeah. This is it. And I also think having a Flash movie where it's Flashpoint, where it kind of like, it's not a Flash movie. This is a Batman movie and a Supergirl movie. Mm-hmm. So I just don't care. This will make money. I'm wrong here, but I'm hoping that people are just tired of superhero movies and it makes around 600, 700 million.
I'll tell you what, for me, I will want this movie to bomb just because I am so tired of fan service.
Yeah.
And this is a movie that seems to be wholly relying on fan service. We're seeing it in all sorts of media. Mm-hmm. Marvel's reached this point. Star Wars is certainly to this point. There seems to be a lack of desire to push anything forward. And it's just like, what's going to make money? The thing that you're familiar with. So we're literally just going to have Batman say lines that he's already said. Hey, the Spider-Man made a bunch of money because it had other guys that you like in it. Mm-hmm. We're just going to do that thing.
Yeah.
And just fan service in general, I'm tired of it. Mm-hmm. Stop pandering and just make something good.
Please.
And this is pandering the movie.
But once again, this is ending everything off with our current iteration of DC, and I just want it to just burn away. I know Aquaman will probably fail miserably, but this movie will probably be one of the bigger superhero movies, box office-wise, of the year. I just want it to bomb.
Sorry, I totally stopped listening to you guys after Kent said I was wrong earlier. I heard him say that. And I've been sitting there being like, he said that, right? He said I'm wrong.
No. And right after you said you like crass comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
We've all got our skeletons, Kent. No, there's no surprise with my number one because we already you guys already figured it out.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's the live action Little Mermaid reboot, which is the only way I'm going to refer to this movie from now on.
All right.
That is what it is. Because I hate, like you've already mentioned before, how when people say Lion King, people are like, which one? Mm-hmm. And I'm like,
we're never
Lion
talking
King.
about the Donald Glover one.
We never are.
Ever.
So the live action Little Mermaid reboot is directed by Rob Marshall, who directed Chicago, which I hated, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, which was awful, and Into the Woods, which I did not like.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this has got everything going against it. Starring Halle Bailey. Sure.
Don't know anything about her.
I was going to say I know a little bit about her, except for her Wikipedia page picture is pretty entertaining. If go ahead, look her up. You have to spell her name Hall.
Halle Berry.
Bailey. Not Halle Berry. That would be a nice picture. But look up her picture on Wikipedia. It could change any time because Wikipedia changes constantly. But I just looked at that picture and I went, that's basically all I need to know about her.
Well, this is from Shark Boy and Lava Girl, right?
You want to describe it to the listener here, Kent, of what she looks like in that picture?
So it's a picture of Bailey performing her song Baby Girl live 3 years ago. She's wearing... I don't know. I can't even tell you.
It looks like Xenon girl of the 21st century.
Yeah, thank you.
Poles and wires coming out of her shoulders.
Yeah.
And I just looked at it and I went, really? That's the picture we're going with here? But that's Wikipedia. Oh, Kent, you read the synopsis before, but that's not what I had.
Okay.
The plot summary I have here is a poor, unfortunate, soulless remake.
Oh, that's good.
Saving that for my review.
Yes.
My
you heard
word.
it first, folks. But no, the more I see about this movie, the less I like it. Like, I don't want a live action remake. of a classic, amazing Disney movie,
Right.
the Disney Renaissance.
It really is.
What is the opposite of Renaissance? Because that's what this movie's going to be. Because,
Dark Ages.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's going
right.
to pull them back to there. It's back in the 70s. It's going
Right.
to go right back there. But as I've seen details come out, as I've seen images, as I watch the trailer, the more I see it, the less I like it.
Now, we've talked about this a lot, especially with like the Batman movie from last year, but there are so many movies, even made for families, that are filmed in the grayest or blackest filter ever.
Yeah.
Then why is this movie so dark?
It's underwater, Ken. Light. No, it's okay. So when light hits the
Okay.
top of water,
Now tell me
Ken,
about it. Sure.
filters down certain rays, and
Do you think that's what they're really going for?
No.
Is this natural light shot?
I just really
they're
think
hiding
it's-
shoddy CGI.
Yeah,
Yeah.
CGI is better hidden in the dark. And so it's funny, we're having movies that are dark CGI and the audio so loud you can't hear the dialogue. So everybody is using subtitles now.
Right.
And it's just this terrible combination that makes for a bad movie going experience.
I agree.
It
That
does.
said, what if, gentlemen, this movie is okay? Is it possible?
That'll
Have
be
you
the
already
highest that
written it
rises.
off?
I kind of have. They rewrite the lyrics for the songs, like Kiss the Girl is seen as too forceful now. And so they had to rewrite it.
Yeah, now it's sha la 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 la. Ask consent before you get too close, and then you got to ask again.
I mean, consent is cool, but what is it unfair to already say that this movie is going to be bad? Is there anything
No.
in you that is open to the idea
I
that
think
it might not
based
suck?
on the evidence we have, all we've seen, and yeah, sure, there's maybe a little bias, but all we've seen are negative things. The trailer doesn't look good. Casting
CGI doesn't
isn't
look good.
Yeah,
the visual aspects of the
they've
movie.
yet
and I
to
wish-
sell me with any aspect.
And I wish Disney would realize that putting things that cannot be made live action into live action, such as animals talking in The Lion King or underwater adventures with mermaids, it doesn't work with a live action format because it's just there's a disconnect there.
Give us a Black Cauldron remake, you cowards.
Yeah, take a movie that no one really cared for and remake that, please.
I think that would be a great.
But I
idea.
mean, it's basically the trajectory. You look at Pinocchio, which is one of the worst movies last year, and they're just not on a good track.
No. But to answer your question, Zach, at first, because I heard a live action remake of Little Mermaid, I'm like, no, don't want it. But like I said, the more I've seen, the less I like. I keep being like, okay, well, let's look at this. No, I don't like that. No, I don't like the look of that. That sounds terrible. And so, yeah, not a fan.
Yeah. Oh, unfortunate.
Soul.
Joel, that's so good. All right, let's pep it up a little bit, shall we?
Let's get happy.
Okay, so now we're going to do your top 5 that you're looking forward to. We'll sprinkle in a couple of honorable mentions if you have them.
Yes, we
Joel,
will.
what is the 5th most anticipated movie of the summer for you?
Now, guys, sequels sometimes don't get a lot of attention. Like, they don't get as much love, I should say. But if there's one sequel I'm excited about for this summer, it's Extraction 2.
Oh no, it's a Joel joke thing.
Return of the Joel jokes.
Hey, it has a 14-minute uncut scene.
What's wrong with Extraction 2? We're going to do a bacon bit on it.
We absolutely
we
are.
totally should.
We're going to.
No,
We were really desperate back in the day in 2020 when that
there's
first
not
movie
much out
came
there.
out.
And I honestly can't believe they're making Extraction. But that's not my pick.
Sure.
A lot of these I have talked about before because, they've been bumped down the road, or I just talked about them on the beginning of the year predictions. But my number 5 is Barbie.
Okay.
Which is funny because that one's fluctuated in my realm of excitement because I just still don't know quite what to expect.
Curiosity more than anything.
This movie is either going to be really dumb or really funny. Directed by Greta Gerwig, who did Lady Bird and Little Women, starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. The plot summary: to live in a Barbie land is to be a perfect being in a perfect place, unless you have a full-on existential crisis or you're a Ken. Like I
which there are
said,
many.
at first I went, we're making a Barbie movie? And then,
They've talked about it forever.
yeah. And then Margot Robbie was in it. And I thought, well, what kind of movie is this going to be?
Sure.
And then I saw the kind of the promo stuff, and I'm like, that's kind of funny. Then I watched the trailer, a little less funny, but I see more stuff, and I'm like, I
Like
go
they're
both ways.
actually toys.
Yes.
Yes.
They're actually toys. This feels to me, and I don't know anything because I'm not a Ken. I don't look up spoilers, but this feels to me a lot like a Lego movie type situation where the toy is going to realize it is a toy and then have to deal with its creators.
I think you're right.
So just guessing there, but in my mind, that's where it's going to go. But I think it could be funny. I think Greta Gerwig has, like, Lady Bird is one of those comedies that I went, I shouldn't have related to this because I'm not a
Angsty teenage girl.
yeah, I'm not an angsty teenage girl
Right.
in an all girl school or wherever. Was she an all girl school in that one? I can't remember. Maybe I'm thinking of Little Women. But either one, I enjoyed them, and I went, okay, you know what? I'm willing to give this a chance. So Barbie, I'm excited to see. It comes out July 21st.
Kent, your number 5?
I'm going to switch around my number 4 and 5.
Really?
Just because I don't really care about either one. But here we go. My number 5 is Barbie.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, same thing. I think this one will be kind of a movie about finding independence because if you watch the trailer, this is not really a spoiler. because you just look at the history of the toy, but there are several different women, several different actors that are playing Barbie.
Yes.
And Ken.
And Ken as well, right?
Yes.
There's only one Alan.
And there's one Midge as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's
Midge.
kind of funny. And they're definitely diving deep into the history of Barbie. For example, these different actresses are playing like the Dr. Barbie Nobel Prize winner, a mermaid Barbie, President Barbie, Supreme Court Justice. And they're doing a lot of stunt casting.
I appreciate that Kate McKinnon is in this movie as the Barbie that's been messed up by a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah. John Cena plays Merman, Ken.
Nice.
You know, this is... How's John Cena come up so much? He's just barely an actor.
He's awesome.
He's okay.
John Cena's cool now.
I don't know. I don't think I can see him in this role.
Dead horse.
But truly, I think what sells it for me, yes, Margot Robbie will mostly sell any movie, but Ryan Gosling looks like he's having the time of his life. In fact, he recently said like he's tapped into what it means to be Ken. He says, I've now discovered my Kenergy.
And in my next movie, I'm going to speak 20 times.
That's just it. He'll be so excited. Everyone will go see him in this movie. This will probably be the most people have seen Ryan Gosling since, like, I don't know, Remember the Titans, really, because he just does weird indie stuff now.
Yeah.
But he looks like he's having the time of his life. I hope I do, although there's some jokes in that trailer that I went, oh, okay, I see what this is. Like, I wasn't super impressed.
Yeah, it's going to be a very thinly veiled commentary on the plasticness of society.
Yeah.
I get
Whoa.
it.
But
That was deep, Zach.
this movie is only 1 hour and 40 minutes.
Awesome.
Under
not
2
2 and
hour
a half.
movies. Love it.
I don't know why they keep just pushing that envelope further and further. There's a reason
Yeah.
why they had intermissions back in the day, because people cannot tolerate a straight through really long movie.
I like them, but yeah, give me an intermission all day.
Yeah.
Ken, what's your number 4?
Previously my number 5, but it's now my number 4 because I just want to match with Joel.
Aw.
So that was kind of fun.
Adorable.
And once again, I don't know much about this movie, but I had to put it down because it's kind of default, really. It's The Last Voyage of the Demeter.
Really?
Yes.
I saw the trailer for that one.
And you're like, okay,
'Cause-
right?
Wait, I mean, you can give the synopsis.
Synopsis, this one does come out August 11th. Synopsis is, the film will detail the strange events that befell the doomed crew as they attempt to survive the ocean voyage, stalked each night by a terrifying presence on board the ship. This is taken from one chapter of the book Dracula.
Yes.
And this is basically the ocean voyage that he takes. This one seems to be obviously spreading out the story a little bit, but I've always been fascinated, and this is shown in Nosferatu as well, I've always been fascinated by this section of the story. Because I think Dracula itself is kind of semi-forgettable in a lot of, other than the performance of the original Universal Monster one.
Right.
There's a lot of forgettable aspects to it, but I do think the boat and the crew of the Demeter, like I think it's actually a pretty good story. Scary story.
They put Dracula's coffin on a boat that's going to the New World, or going to England, I think. Or is it going to America? No, I can't remember all of a sudden. Doesn't matter.
I think England, yes.
But it's going there. And in the voyage, the boat eventually arrives and everyone on is dead.
Yeah.
That's in the book. That's in the book.
terrible name to convey that.
Yeah.
It should be Dracula, I'm on a boat.
It's for it's for literary horror nerds.
Yeah.
Where I see that and I'm like, oh, hey, Dracula movie.
Yeah. But once again, it looks like kind of Van Helsing effects, but with far like more European mood. In fact, the director is Andre Overdahl, who did Troll Hunter and Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Oh, okay.
And so he handles movies
I mean,
like...
I don't know everybody, but I don't know anybody in this movie.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, Liam Cunningham, he's a character actor, and he plays the captain. Corey Hawkins, he's from Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, it's one of my faves.
It's actually pretty good.
I've never seen it.
But yeah, it's kind of a cast of nobodies, and I think that's okay because I'm hoping this is just kind of a movie like The Thing, not where it's just not obviously you know who Dracula is, but it's more paranoia on a boat.
Well, but that's one of the scary things about it is that it's one of those I can't escape situations.
Right.
You're on this boat, trapped with a creature on there. There's no escape. You just have to survive.
I feel like they have to change the ending considering we all know what happens.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But yeah, I like the mood of the trailer enough, and I like the director. So here's hoping.
Okay. Oh, you're hoping now.
Yeah, this is hopeful, Kent.
Oh.
Yeah, is that wrong? Should I
I
take
don't know.
it back?
I can't do it. I like arrogant.
Hey, that sign on your chest, that means hope.
I'm wearing a Superman shirt.
Yeah, you are.
We only see
Stands for
this
Superman.
We only see this Kent twice a year. I don't know how much I like it.
Wait, what's the other time?
Fall movie preview.
Oh, that's true.
Joel, what is your number 4?
We'll see. Maybe
Dang it.
I'm going with Kent here. And I can't really decide between the two.
Okay.
And so I'm just going to throw. I can't decide.
You can't-
Is it going to be
you can't
Descendants?
really decide?
Is it going to be Descendants: The Rise of Red, or the Untitled Descendants 5th installment, both on Disney Plus?
Wait, are they really making
Two
this?
Descendants
Yep,
in the same
there's
movie?
two
Without
Descendants movies.
Carlos?
Just saying.
Rest in peace, Carlos.
It's kind of a spinoff. The Rise
Cameron.
of Red. It's the Queen of Hearts' daughter. Now, my kids have forced me to watch a lot of these movies.
I
Not a
like
fan,
Descendants.
but that's I don't,
Please move on.
it's not my pick. I wanted to make clear that was my joke pick
Oh, yeah, sure.
because my number 4 is The Flash.
What? Or is it just curiosity at this point?
It is morbid curiosity.
I like how it's
respect
morbid
that.
curiosity.
Because why is DC so intent on releasing this movie despite all the drama and
look,
issues they've had?
Because they filmed it and they've spent $350 million on this movie.
I know, but the fact that they're holding on to it as sacred is like I want this movie to be released, and I believe it's because this is the movie that resets the white slate clean,
right,
and lets them do whatever they want.
You know, they
with
don't
this.
have to do that with a movie. They can just say, and this is a new thing.
And here's our new James Bond.
They could take a 2-year break and say, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, nobody was like, what happened to Pierce Brosnan? They're just like, oh, it's a new guy. Cool.
Yeah.
But this is directed by Andy Muschietti,
Who did it?
who directed It Chapter 2, and
Mama.
which wasn't that great of a horror movie to start.
It started good and then the end ended.
Yeah, exactly. But and you already read all about it. We've talked about it before. This is the Flash doing the Flashpoint type stuff, messing with the timeline,
Right.
and everything's going to get messy there. But I really am. This is a movie that also has bounced around my most anticipated and least anticipated lists.
Really?
Where it's like, oh yeah, I'm really excited to see this. Oh, I'm not anymore. Oh, I'm really excited to see it. And I'm at the point now where I'm like, you know what? I want to see it. One, because of morbid curiosity, and two, I just want it to be done with. I want it to be over with.
Me
and
too.
past.
I am a little curious.
And Michael Keaton.
I, however, will not be giving any money, so I'll wait till it comes on streaming or find ways to watch it.
Yeah.
I'll just go to the screening with Kent.
Oh, you're just eliminating Zach from that.
He's going to find it his own way. I'm not going to do that.
I've been eliminated by this timeline.
Oh, sad.
Sad.
Joel, what's your number 3?
You've already talked about it.
I have?
Yeah. Book Club, the next chapter.
Quit doing that.
It is a clever title. I'll give it that.
Is it though?
It is.
Book Club is one of
so
those
many times they use the next chapter.
Diane Keaton, Jane Fonda trying to be funny movies. It's
Wait, didn't that already come out and they went to a football game?
80 for Brady.
They keep trying to make them, and none of them work. No, my number 3 is actually Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1,
AKA Kent's number 1.
coming out July 14th. Directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who's only done Mission Impossible movies, basically.
Hey.
He's literally done like 4 movies. 3 of them are 2 of them are Mission Impossibles. One of them is Jack Reacher, and then another one.
Jack Reacher's pretty good.
I enjoy Jack Reacher. I don't know. So this Mission Impossible movie stars Thomas Cruise, I think it's called.
Oh,
Yeah. No, it's the whole cast is back again.
Everybody.
I'm assuming Jeremy Renner's gone.
Yeah.
He was honestly missed.
Gone in this movie. He's doing fine in real life.
Okay, good.
Too
good.
soon.
Yeah. No,
He's doing fine.
I missed him in Fallout. I like his character.
I think he would have been there, but there were some scheduling conflicts.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
bummer.
But this is the 7th Mission Impossible movie. I do have a little bit of an issue with this movie.
Go on.
Which is why it's not higher.
Part 1?
Because with the sequel,
it's already telling
Dead
me
Reckoning
I don't
Part
need to
2
watch it.
is not going to be released till 2024. And I didn't really like the continuing story arc when they started kind of doing this big arc over the 4,
Agreed.
5, and 6. And now they're continuing it, and they're not even finishing the story in a movie anymore. It's like lesser than an arc at this point, where it's like, and we're only going to tell you half the story, and then you have to wait a year, even though we have this finished and it's in the can and could go a month later.
You think they're going to be disavowed and have to go rogue?
Maybe, just maybe, could they actually be framed as the bad guys?
Oh, maybe.
That could happen.
Maybe. And there would be some double crossing. You think anyone's
You're
going
going to
to
get one of the coolest looking movies of the
Is
year.
there going to be a mask?
No.
Tom Cruise did not put his life on the line for you guys to be so mocking right now. Condescending to the life of Tom Cruise.
A little bit.
Do you think anybody would ever see those movies if they didn't have the promos that were basically just, hey, we jumped a bike off of a big, huge ramp?
That
Like
was cool.
1,000 times.
That was cool.
No,
No,
yes,
but
everyone would be seeing this movie.
no. I was going to say the Mission Impossible movies are basically like the B-52s. Yes, it's all the same, but it's still fun.
Still so fun.
Which one is Rock's Lobster?
Bing Rames.
2.
Kent, what is your number 3?
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Hey.
This comes out June 2nd. If we need to know the story, I'll get into it.
Please do.
Miles Morales catapults across the multiverse. Another one. Where he encounters a team of spider people charged
No.
with protecting its very existence.
Don't sit
Do
there
we
and
need-
bash on the multiverse from the one movie that did it really well.
Oh, well, look, even No Way Home did it. Okay.
They did it really well on first viewing.
Maybe Spider-Man is the only
Accurate.
franchise that can pull it off.
Which is funny because they took it from the DC universe, and now we have Flash that looks like a carbon copy of everything we've seen from Marvel at this point.
Yeah.
That said, this one will have more Spider-Men, more Spider-People, every sort of spider, and it looks like Easter egg the movie. That said, the reason that the first movie was so incredible, other than like the heartfelt story, is the animation came out of nowhere.
Right.
And it was so varied. And you're like, my eyes, even though sometimes it's messy, right? Sometimes it looks a little sloppy. You're like, my eyes are just trying to take all of this in.
Right. Yeah.
And what they've done here
It makes it feel like a comic book.
is they've improved everything.
Yeah.
The visuals on this movie look better in every single way. And I can't wait to just take it in. I wonder if it will be as funny as the first one, because that movie is surprisingly funny, even when they make the references to past Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
This one looks a little bit more dramatic, but also I'm totally down for that.
I don't know if they can get more dramatic than that opening of Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, I think it will.
Because when Spider-Man gets it, that was a heartbreaking moment.
There's a new trailer you haven't seen. They show a little bit more.
Uh-oh.
About the theme of this movie.
I can't remember when we saw that screening together, but we were on opposite ends of the theater.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was
Because I was like stuck in traffic and 5
it was
minutes
like
late.
a Saturday morning that we went and saw it.
And it's like, hey, over there somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awkward.
But Joel, this is a part one.
Oh, I know.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I kind of.
Yeah.
I hate that that's what it's become, but it's kind of what it is.
Yeah. But this will easily be the animated film of the year. So, yeah. If there weren't...
Did it win Best Animated Movie with the year it came out?
It did.
Okay.
Not only did it win Best Animated Picture at the Oscars, it was also nominated for a Grammy for the soundtrack.
Oh.
Well,
It also
now how
won
did
the-
that beat Ralph Breaks the Internet? That's my
Right.
question.
It won the Utah Film Critics Association Best Picture of the Year.
That's right.
That
I
Oh,
remember
because
that
Utah
controversy.
film critics are a bunch of nerds.
Yeah, we are.
Laugh too loud at Marvel movies.
Agreed.
Kent, what's your number 2?
Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
By the way, the punctuation is out of control in that title.
So I always just write Mission Impossible without the colon, and then Mission Impossible : Dead Reckoning. But it's Mission : Impossible / Dead Reckoning.
This is not your number 1.
No.
When does Oppenheimer come out? Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
What are you talking about?
Yep.
Everything about this movie looks fantastic. The trailer, which I think it's very wise of them to show the trailer, it was like 8 months ago. Totally sold me on the movie, and I won't watch another one. I'm sure we're going to get a new one any day now.
I like how you said totally sold me on the movie as if you weren't already bought and paid for.
Yeah, but
as soon as Henry Cavill appeared in the franchise.
But he won't be in this one.
No. I'm pretty sure James Gunn's going to put him back in the movie.
Oh, he's like, I don't want you in my series.
Yeah, you go in that series.
Put your mustache back on.
I was a little disappointed. I think he was a little overhyped for me because I only watched these movies like a month ago.
He grew a beard by cocking his fists.
Yes, I get it. He reloaded his arms and grew facial hair. That was cool.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Overhyped?
A little bit.
He jumped out of a
Save it
helicopter.
for a Henry Cavill show.
That's
Please?
never happening.
Actually,
No.
All
After
right,
Warhammer
Hicks
40K.
wants that to happen.
Unless I have to watch The Witcher, because I'm not doing that.
Let's be honest, it's going to be awesome. Especially,
awesome.
I think this movie is going to make a grundle of money because we're in a post.
What?
A grundle of money because we're living in a post Top Gun Maverick world. People that, much like me, were like, hey, I haven't checked out Mission Impossible in a long time. I loved Maverick. What's going on with these movies? And it's like, oh, that same, exhilarating action is happening all the time. So this is going to make a ton of money. Because, yeah.
And I just feel like we're being rewarded this year by having John Wick 4 and Mission Impossible 7. I'm into it. Cool. 2 great action movies. Fantastic.
That's 11 total. I just want to point that out.
11 what?
4 and 7 is 11.
Did you just count?
No, because it's so weird how all these movies are like, this is like the 4th one. This is the 7th one.
Yeah.
There's so many backup movies behind these. They can't just be on their own.
But Fastix.
Fastix is...
It'll finish the franchise at 11.
Technically, if we're only going with numbers, I think there's only like 3 numbers.
That's true. Yeah, but that's my number 2.
And 2 of them are in Too Fast, Too Furious.
Joel, what is your number 2?
Well, my number 2, we just talked about the sequel that we're all talking about. The Meg 2, The Trench.
Hear me out.
I'm hearing.
I didn't like the first one because
It was so dumb.
it was so dumb. But it was supposed to be dumb. But they were like, here's a giant shark, and this giant shark is going to go to a beach where there are 1,000 people swimming. You didn't see any blood. I was so mad that shark didn't murder everyone on that beach. The director of this one is kind of a legit, cultish sort of director. He may
The
do
director
something
on
fun
my
with
joke
this.
pick.
Yes.
Okay.
With the Jason Statham star, Meg 2, The Trench.
Meg 2, The Trench. So remember that big shark? There's a bigger one.
Please be good. Meg 2, The Trench.
It's not going to be good.
There's always a bigger fish.
No, that one's going to bomb. But
Yeah.
speaking of bombs, Oppenheimer is my number 2. Not going to bomb, but it's just about a bomb.
Yeah.
So Oppenheimer's my number 2. It comes out July 21st, directed by Christopher Nolan, which if you don't know who he is, look at Baconsale episode 270. Everybody loves Chris. This stars Cillian Murphy, Alien, Emily Blunt, Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon, Rami Malek, Florence Pugh, Josh Hartnett, Kenneth Branagh. Like this is a lot
Everybody.
of good names in there.
Yeah.
I'm a little sad that Michael Caine is not in that list.
I know.
Michael Caine.
Maybe we'll get a voiceover. But it is the story of American scientist J. Robert Oppenheimer and his role in the development of the atomic bomb. And the reason I chose this one is because I'm becoming more of a dad every day. I don't know if you guys have seen all the gray in my beard I currently have.
Yeah,
You
it's
have
great.
But history...
how many children and you're becoming more of a dad every day just now?
I was a young dad before.
Okay.
But now I'm getting into like World War II documentaries. And history is really appealing to me. And this is one of those stories that I went, you know what? That is a fascinating story. It's going to be told by a fantastic storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with this cast, I'm like, this is going to be a solid movie.
Is this finally his ticket for the Academy Awards?
Possibly.
It's a summer movie, so it's like poorly timed for all of that. But based on being a biopic,
Yeah.
Can I make a
and
prediction?
Yeah,
My prediction is Cillian Murphy nominated for Best Actor. No Best Director nomination for
I think you're
Christopher
probably
Nolan.
right.
That's what my guess.
But
Yeah.
I would say
Best
maybe
editing, best sound.
I would say a Best Picture nomination, a Best Actor, and no Best Director.
Probably.
Which is ridiculous.
But this is the Academy, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope I get proven wrong. I hope that when I'm listening to this episode after the Oscars
No, you're
next
right.
year,
You're
I'll be
absolutely
like,
right.
"Oh."
Because he's been nominated for Best Picture
With Dunkirk.
twice. Inception.
Yeah, you're right.
But there you go. Oppenheimer's coming out in theaters. I don't think any of mine are coming out in streaming so far. I think they're all theater releases, which is funny because before it was like, where's it going to come
know.
out?
Do we have honorable mentions you want to go through?
I do. A couple of these Kent has already seen, but I still am excited for him. For example, Talk to Me.
It's on my list as well.
I'll tell you what, Kent.
Yeah.
I'm doing this on good faith because I watched the trailer. Wasn't that impressed with the trailer.
Does
Okay.
it look look who's talking for?
No, this is the one about the creepy statue hand that you hold and you see demons. Kent saw it at Sundance.
Okay.
Maybe
because-
it's good that you were underwhelmed by the trailer.
Well, the trailer was underwhelming, but I'll tell you what, Zach, never before history has this happened. Kent liked it and Emily agreed.
What?
Bizarre. Yeah.
This is the scary movie of the year. And I know I just created way too much hype for this movie, but this is a teen horror film from Australia. I saw this one at Sundance, and I cannot wait to see this movie again.
Yeah.
Genuinely scary.
Another one I picked was Fool's Paradise. That's a
Matthew McConaughey?
Charlie Day. I
Oh,
believe is
okay.
that one.
Oh, yeah, where he directed, and it's just really bizarre.
It
He's like
looks
a
really-
Charlie Chaplin sort of character.
Yeah, it's like this character.
Yeah.
It's this actor who is kind of a jerk, and then he gets kind of a doppelganger who doesn't speak, and then the doppelganger gets famous because he doesn't speak. And it was a very intriguing trailer. I want to know more about this.
Yeah.
Blackberry, which is based on the story of the creation of the Blackberry,
Which we've seen so many movies like this.
but it reminded me that it gave me that Tetris vibe where I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, there's an interesting story behind
And that's
this.
Jay Baruchel and then Glenn Howerton from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
And
So-
all of this is, I'm going to throw it back a few extra years. I feel like the founder kind of started this thing. That was Michael Keaton
Yeah.
telling the story of McDonald's.
Right. Of crummy people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's like, hey, here's the real story.
now we're just going to do that all
Yeah.
the time.
Still a Michael J. Fox movie. It's a documentary about Michael J. Fox.
It's amazing.
You saw this?
Yeah.
It
I
looks so
loved
good.
it. I cried.
I
bet.
cried at the trailer.
Yeah.
There's a movie called It's Quieter in Twilight. It's about the people who, it's a documentary about the
Okay.
people who sent, Voyager, but it's satellite just keeps on
Forks,
going.
Washington, right?
No. But it keeps,
going to say the same thing.
it's a satellite that keeps, it's going out and out. Everyone's basically forgotten it there, but there's still people monitoring the signals coming back.
Oh, wow,
And
okay.
it was just interesting to me. Asteroid City, Wes Anderson's new film
Yeah.
with Tom Hanks and,
Everyone.
Scarlett
Johansson.
There's
Jason
just-
Schwartzman,
Yeah,
of course.
there's
Visually, this it's got the HDR effect.
Yeah.
And it's like the sky's overly blue. It honestly looks like it will hurt my eyes. And I can't.
Honest, when the trailer popped up, I wasn't even like looking who it was by, and it popped up, and as soon as it went first frame, I'm like, oh, Wes Anderson. Yep, it's Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah.
Right?
He's become a trend on TikTok.
Yeah.
Really terrible.
Yeah. And Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny.
That's fine. I'm not mad.
Is it another curiosity thing?
It is because maybe it's just because I've been rewatching the old ones, the original trilogy, the trilogy with my kids, and really enjoying it. I was like, I'd love to see Indy do another adventure that isn't the Crystal Skull.
He's 81 years old.
I don't want another adventure, but I hope this is a better finale.
It's funny, just based on pictures and interviews with Harrison Ford, it's amazing how chipper he looks in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah, which at that time we're like, he's in his 60s.
So old. And it's like, whoa, he looks so young.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my honorable mentions. Kent?
A lot are the same. Blackberry, Fast X. I'm so curious about this movie. I want it to be just as ridiculous as ever. Insidious, The Red Door.
Yeah.
And the Insidious 2 was lesser than the first one. I really like the first one.
The first one's good.
3 and 4 were garbage, but this one is directed by Patrick Wilson, and it brings the family back from the first two, which it's going to be horrible, full of jump scares, but I'm just curious because I like the family in the story.
Just admit it. It's Rose Byrne. You want to see it because of Rose Byrne?
Absolutely, Rose Byrne. Yeah. And then Talk to Me, which is fantastic. And another one I saw at Sundance is called Past Lives, and this is a Korean drama.
Oh, it's with Kevin Spacey as a cat.
No, it is not. 9 Lives.
Oh,
as Christopher Plummer, by the way. But yeah, Past Lives is one of those movies where you'll probably hear about it when it comes down to Academy Award, like best script or whatever, best writing. This is a heartbreaking, beautiful movie, and I will watch it again. But yeah, really excited to.
I like that your most anticipated movies are ones you've already seen.
Yeah.
I want to see them again.
This summer,
you want other people to see them.
This summer has 3 movies I'm really excited for, and two or three that I loved. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We are down to our number 1. Which one do we want to hear about again? Oppenheimer or Spider-Man?
You know us so well, Dad. But you're wrong, because I chose The Wiggles Hot Potato, The Story of the Wiggles. It's a documentary on Amazon Prime. It's coming out.
I actually can't wait to watch that.
No, I chose Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. This is kind of interesting because the directors, it's Joaquin Dos Santos. It's his debut film. It's Justin K. Thompson, another director. It's his debut film. And then it's Kemp Powers, who's only done one film, Soul. So it's these 3 kind of newer directors that are going on this movie that I went, okay.
Are they so confident in the writing that they're like, yeah, we'll get first timers?
This is Phil Lord and Christopher Miller who are writing this one. So there's already that good backbone to this movie. But I really, even though I did already bash on Mission Impossible for being a part 1, they are making Beyond the Spider-Verse, which is going to be released in 2024. But I do think this one's going to be probably one of my favorite movies of the year. I hope
so too. Yeah. It's funny how few people saw the first Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah, it kind of did not do well at the box office.
And now everyone is like, this will be one of the biggest movies of the year.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
It's how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, a few people saw Batman Begins, and
You're right.
everybody saw The Dark Knight.
That's
that's
true.
just how these things work.
Right. Okay, so I guess we're jumping over to my number 1.
Yeah, we already know what it is.
No, I switched it from the beginning of the year because Mission Impossible used to be my number 1. But now I've kind of created this inner hype. It is kind of inner dad hype, much like Joel's saying. But for me also, it is something, and granted, this is going to be a 3-hour movie. But I am so excited for the score of this film. Like, this is the score is done by...
You didn't say it yet.
Oh, Oppenheimer is the movie.
What?
What? The score is done by Ludwig Göransson, who did Tenet, which I really appreciated. He does The Mandalorian. Oh, and also Black Panther. So, like, he's a talented guy. It's not Hans Zimmer, but that's okay. I think this guy is extremely talented.
Did Christopher Nolan and Hans Zimmer have a falling out?
Maybe. Maybe. I hope not.
Hans Zimmer's a hack.
He can be hackish, but he's also done some of the most amazing scores ever.
Hans Zimmer's a little played out.
Okay, I hear that.
At this point.
And I don't know if Hans Zimmer music would fit this movie. From what I'm hearing, I think this is what Nolan needs. This is a very personal movie. Granted, there are 700 people in the cast, but it's a very personal movie about real science. So it's not Nolan saying, I'm going to blow everyone's minds, or at least try with my own science. This is him being like, let's follow the story of one of the most impactful people ever born.
Yeah.
And I am just so excited to see Cillian Murphy succeed as a leading actor, because to me he feels like the anti-movie star because he just doesn't care about his own fame.
Yeah,
he's in projects and you see him as a character actor, but he is leading this thing. I hope he gets all the recognition he deserves, although he'll probably still shy away from the media even after this. I just can't wait.
There's a meme of him, disappointed Cillian.
Yes.
And so every time when he's being asked a question or someone else is talking in an interview, he just looks like he's disappointed in you.
No, they asked him, have you heard of the disappointed Cillian Murphy meme? And he said,
what's a meme?
Exactly. What's a meme?
Yeah, that said a lot about him.
Speaking of inner dad energy.
Yeah. Honestly. So yeah, this, I think, among our 2 number 1s. And Zach, would you agree with these?
Your top 3. I don't know about my order, but your guys' top 3 is mine. It's
okay.
Dead Reckoning, Oppenheimer, and Spider-Man.
I think those are the movies of the summer.
Yeah, and then Curiosity with Barbie as well.
And that said, We are not including Guardians 3, which we will be reviewing next week because that's right at the beginning of this month.
Yes.
And so, sorry, we didn't include it. It is one
And I've lost some steam for it anyway.
Sure, but yeah, I agree. But it will be one of the bigger movies this summer, most likely.
Yeah, I can see that.
So it's not a slight. It's just that we'll be talking about it very soon.
But if we did miss any that you are really excited for or that you want to bomb, let us know on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. We want to hear from you. But before we go, we'd like to give some love to our patrons, including the I'm the Listener tier, which includes Stern Madam Hicks, Shannon West, Scott Sprague, Ryan and Marley, Rocky and Steph, Lady Terry Finley, Juice the Cooler King Swallow, Jennifer Kukowski, Dave Kelly, Casey Cummings, Briggs is Hot, Angela Plotz, Andrew in the Cold and Dark, and Adam and Rachel Crump. And then we have our Bacon Council, which includes the one, the only Chris Anderson, Stephen, everyone's favorite Ross, Star Wars expert Kyler, our favorite couple, the Madsons, Nicole D. Kale, Johnny English the Brick, Her Royal Highness Jessica Terry, Glow Clen Daniel, Debbie Foster, and Bigger.
Thank you, patrons.
Thank you, patrons. You are the Oppen to our Heimer.
I knew it.
We had to. But if you want to find me, you can find me at 76Joel on Twitter. You can find me performing with Quickwits. They perform at the Midvale Performing Arts Center. For more details, go to qwcomedy.com or go to the Quickwits Facebook page.
If you want to find me on Twitter or Instagram, it's at Kenny3DD. If you want to read my movie reviews, at ShowtimeShowdown.com.
If you'd like to connect with me, you can do so on Twitter and Instagram at Tumbling Mustard. But more importantly, make sure you're following Baconsale. Go ahead and like that Facebook page and visit at Baconsale on Twitter and Instagram. While you're doing that, visit tpublic.com/Baconsale, where you can get yourself some merch, all sorts of fun things in the store there. And then if you like the show, you like what's going on here, and you want to support us further, visit patreon.com/Baconsale. Support starts at just $3 a month, and there's all sorts of fun behind-the-scenes goodies. Patreon.com/Baconsale.
So until next time, if you need me, I'll be out putting strays to sleep. The movie! And if Kent can't read the comments, he doesn't get to know what's in them.
I'm tall. We established this.
And you're looking.
Oh, thank you. Really? You're going to dig down again?
A little bit.
Oh.
So not the one you want to bomb the most. The one you want to bomb the fifth most.
But you're not counting Temple of Doom as religious artifacts because it's not Christian religious artifacts, Kent? Coughing's fine, though.
Coughing is fine.
Guys, if you know 3 things that I love in movies, it's talking animals, excessive profanity, and substituting real jokes for shock humor.
It doesn't make any sense, Zach.
It's great. If Michael Bay is tired of telling a story, it's probably time to move on. Roman numerals. Who is naming these? Burger King executives? Wait, did you just review a movie based on its trailer?
Yeah, I did.
It's such a good trailer.
It is such a good trailer.
If Melissa McCarthy gets stabbed with a boat, I'm in.
Why is he Colossus from the X-Men video game? We've all got our skeletons, Ken. A poor, unfortunate, soulless remake.
Oh,
that's good. Saving that for my review.
Yes.
My you heard it here first, folks. Sha-la-la-la-la-la. Ask consent before you get too close, and then you got to ask again.
Give us a Black Cauldron remake, you cowards. We only see this Kent twice a year. I don't know how much I like it.
Tom Cruise did not put his life on the line for you guys to be so mocking right now. I was so mad that shark didn't murder everyone on that beach.
4 and 7 is 11.